whole entire family gets EBT. And everyone is calling us bums because we don't work and we live off the government. And we are proud of that.
So-called advantage of IQ. AI is making it irrelevant. I don't know why you're laughing.
Growing up, this is what we were taught. We were taught to not have to work. We were taught to live off the government because it is there for us to use. And from what I could remember, it all started back with my grandparents. My grandparents used to get the paper, like the paper coupons to go and pay for, food and stuff like that. And that's when I was like, this is free money. Like, what?
You are about to watch an opinion-based podcast. This episode is not meant to be facts. It is only the opinion of the host. The host lists all references with links in the box below. Again, this is only the opinion of the host.
He's here. Now broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
In the bowels, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. DonRob from Rob Flixx.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Take. I am DonRob. If you don't know who I am, you're going to know who I am in time as you keep on listening or watching these particular podcasts right here. And I'm kind of mumbling right now. I apologize for that. It's been a long week, and by the time you're seeing this, I will be traveling. I'll be up in the Pacific Northwest out in Seattle, then shooting down into Portland. Then I got to go out to Eastern Washington and then back into Seattle. It's going to be a long week. And then the week after that will be a long week. I will be in the Midwest. And after that, I will be the week after I'm in the Midwest. Unfortunately, I will be in Southern California out in Los Angeles. So what I'm going to make sure I am going to do is attempt to do is bring a mobile kit with me and bring some mics with me, some cameras with me, some lights with me, and let's see what I can make happen on the streets of OKC. Is that what it's called? OKC, Oklahoma City, right? Yeah. OKC. I'm going to hit the streets out there. I'm going to hit the streets out in Seattle. I'm going to hit the streets out in Portland. I'm going to hit the streets out in Idaho. I'm going to hit the streets out in Spokane. I'm going to be hitting the streets in Anaheim. I'm going to be hitting the streets in North Hollywood. I'm going to be hitting the streets up in out in Riverside area. And maybe even, no, I'm not going to, I won't be out in Bakersfield. No. Can you do me a favor? Can you turn the mic up a little for me? Yep, right there. Yep, perfect. Yep. Sorry, guys, I'm back. But yeah, man, thank you for coming. It means a lot to me. It really does. If you're here on audio only, you know the drill. Make sure that you add me to your playlist. If you're here on YouTube or on Rumble, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button. I believe Rumble has notification buttons. I'm not 100% certain there. I need to kind of, you need to teach me more about that Rumble. Yep. But I know a lot about YouTube. YouTube's been around for a while. I've been on YouTube since 2011, I think, is when I first. I was on YouTube before that. I just was uploading all my everything I did, any visual I ever did. I was uploading it over on Sick TV's YouTube, and then I ended up in 2011. I started this page right here, DonRob Flixx, on YouTube. And anybody that knows the history of YouTube, 2011 was still kind of the infancy stage of YouTube, but I never really, I never really was consistent on my YouTube. I would only use my YouTube to drop music videos that I was doing for people, and I wasn't doing anything like this. And from here on out, you're going to be seeing a lot of shit like this, and you're going to be seeing me, even walking around on the streets and talking to people, man. You're going to learn more about me. And of course, there still will be music videos. There will be a lot about music and things like that, and so on and so on. But I hope everybody had a good turkey day. I had an interesting turkey day. It was a nice turkey day. It was relaxing. It really was, man. My sister invited me up to her house. So I went up there. I brought my little dog with me up to her house, and she's taking care of my mother. So it was nice. I was able to eat my Thanksgiving meal with my mother, which was nice because, you know, I to be honest with you, I don't think ever in my life have I ever sat down one-on-one with my mother and just ate a Thanksgiving plate with my mom. So that was nice. I've never really just sat down with only her and I in a room, you know, where it's just her and I. Because, you know, when you come from a family with, you know, there's 8 kids, you know, you have to share your attention, right? Your entire life. And it becomes normal. You don't even think anything of it at all. But, you know, as a parent, I could only imagine what that must be like. Trying to split your attention up with all, you know, just a whole bunch of kids, and trying to make each kid feel important, and, you know, get to know that kid. And man, that'd be a trip. Now that when I look back at, after I've raised a kid already, and, you know, some of you that are watching this are raising children right now, or may have already raised your kids. But could you imagine that, you know, sharing your time and trying to raise that, you know, 7 to 8 kids? Could you imagine that? I don't think anybody can imagine that in modern times, because it's not normal, and that's why our birth rate is so low here in the U.S. But, you know, that also plays into what we're going to be talking about. But yeah, I had a good time at my sister's house. My brother-in-law and his son, and one of my brothers, my younger brother, that you guys have seen here on the podcast before, and other episodes where I showed the clips where he appeared in. But yeah, they deep fried a turkey. It was nice. And my brother also helped my sister cook Thanksgiving, I guess the day before and the morning of, and they made a different turkey too. But this was something that he and my brother-in-law, I guess, really wanted to do, and they did that too. Man, they deep fried a turkey, and it was good. It was good. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I shared some of the food with. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick little story, and then we'll move on. I shared some of my Thanksgiving dinner with. No one knew this. I brought my dog down, and we hung out with my mom, and I shared a little bit of my food with my dog. But long story short, on the way home, my dog started feeling sick. I had to pull over. My dog had Hershey squirts. You know, just shitting all over the place. And then, you know, I get him back home, and, you know, and he's potty trained, you know, so, you know, he doesn't want to have any mistakes in the house or anything like that. So, you know, he's every 5 minutes, he's at the door with his tail between his legs, you know, letting me know he had to go outside. But his tail was between his legs because he was letting me know that something's wrong. You know, it's not normal. He doesn't just have to pee and poop. So I took him out, you know, he kept trying to shit. And long story short, man, you know, later on that night at about 3 a.m, you know, he wakes me up, and I see that he had a mistake in the house. You know, he had some Hershey squirts right by the door, you know, because he really, which tells me, you know, he was probably scratching at the door, and he really wanted to get out all night long. And I just was passed the fuck out, which, you know, who wouldn't be right at that time? But right when I got up and I saw it, and I'm picking it up, and I'm taking him out, and then just something hit me in my gut, and I'm like, ugh. And it was the worst fucking cramp, man. It was the worst. I've never had cramps like this ever in my life. So I couldn't even take the dog out to take his own shits, and I dropped to the ground, and I'm just curled up like a little bitch. I'm just like, ugh. You know, and I'm at my place by myself, you know, with the dog, you know, and I'm just curled up. And you know what went through my mind? Mom. That's really what went through my mind. Like, where's my mom? That's exactly what went through my mind at that moment. Even as a full-grown adult man at the age that I am, that actually went through my mind. I honestly, it really did, man. Long story short, man, I ended up with the same problem as the dog. So I think we both got food poisoning, and I haven't even called my sister to see did anybody else get some fucked up cramps and end up on the toilet. Fucked up. But it only lasted for about probably 5 hours with me. But my dog, man, you know, he only weighs like 10 or 11 pounds. He's a Chiweenie. But he thinks he weighs about 150 pounds. But you know, he really weighs only 10 or 11 pounds. He's an alpha dog. But yeah. He was fucked up for 2 days straight, shitting all over the place, cramped up, tail between his legs. But guess what time it is? It's December. So let's get into this one, man. Let's talk about this. New York. These fucking idiots, man. Thanks. Thank you for speeding that up. I appreciate it. These fucking idiots, you guys. Their protests are nice. I mean, it's happening all over the country, right? What good does it do? Look at this. Look at this. Look at these people, man. This is how they, look at this. This is how they spent their Black Friday, I guess, or Saturday. They did this on Saturday out in NYC. Look at the trash. They're just throwing trash all over the streets. They don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers are just like, fuck it. Look at this. I don't understand, man. I just don't. Do you guys understand? Let's just keep watching some of this. Let's speed it up. Go ahead. Why don't you speed it up for me? Go quicker. No? Well, go ahead and speed it up more, man. Slow it down. I'll tell you when to slow it down if we see something. Thanks. Yeah, that's good. What is that? These idiots, man. It's like, what, a couple thousand people against like 20 cops and ICE? Speed it up again. That's nothing. I mean, what are these people thinking, man? I mean, half of them are showing their faces. Go ahead and slow it down real fast. Look at this guy. Look at this idiot, man. Oh, it's a girl, I think. I don't know what it is, man. You never know nowadays. We don't know anymore. It's hard to say, man. Okay, speed it up. Go ahead. Why'd you slow it down? We could turn this off, man. It's kind of dumb, to be honest with you. Go ahead. You can shut it down. You guys get the point, right? Okay. That was stupid, right? What did that do other than, make a mess in the city, you guys? What did it do? Okay. So let's change topics. You guys ready to change some topics? I'm in a festive mood. So, let's talk about this.
President Trump now promising to permanently pause migration and ordering the review of green cards from 19 countries after Wednesday's shooting of 2 National Guard troops in D.C. Overnight, the president posting a series of social media posts updating current immigration and asylum policy. The suspected D.C. shooter is an Afghan national, and the CIA director says that he worked with the CIA and the U.S. government.
Did you get the other one from Texas?
Coming to the States in 2021.
On Sunday?
The president now pausing the program that allowed Afghanis working with U.S. troops in the Middle East to be granted asylum. And even though the suspected shooter was granted asylum in April, 3 months into President Trump's second term,
I say get him out.
Review of asylum cases approved
Sorry.
by former President Biden.
Stop following me if you don't like to hear that. Nope. That's not what I wanted to talk about today, you guys. But, thought you should see that. I want to talk about this.
Again, 21 states are suing the Trump administration over changes to SNAP benefits.
We're going to touch on this again.
States attorneys general say that the new guidance illegally blocks legal permanent residents from getting the food stamp benefits, saying that the changes restrict the eligibility, declaring refugees and asylum seekers to be permanently ineligible for SNAP. But the GOP's tax and spending
it was never made for that.
Says they can apply for benefits after 5 years. They're now asking a judge to block the new guidance. From July says they can apply for benefits after 5 years. They're now asking a judge
after
to
5
block
years.
the new guidance.
I say block it, man. Let's talk about EBT, you guys. You ready? SNAP, government assistance, welfare, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right? Let's talk about it. But let's take it back to the beginning and what it was, really made for, and what it's, who it's for, what it was made for. Because it wasn't made for what we're using it for right now. People like to forget it. But I'm going to remind you right now. It'll be real quick. If you don't want to hear it, speed it up a few minutes.
This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now.
The year was 1939. The world was on the brink of monumental change, with World War II looming on the horizon. But in America, a different kind of battle was being fought. It was a bold experiment aimed at addressing both the immediate needs of the hungry and the long-term health of the agricultural sector. It was a simple idea: help farmers sell surplus food and help hungry families eat. The program was designed to create a win-win situation. Farmers would have a market for their excess produce, and struggling families would have access to nutritious food. This early program was as much about supporting agriculture as it was about alleviating hunger. The agricultural sector has been hit hard by the Depression, with prices plummeting and many farmers facing bankruptcy. The food stamp program offered a lifeline to these farmers, providing them with a steady demand for their products. Farmers hit hard by the Depression found a new market for their produce. This not only helped to stabilize their incomes, but also ensured that food did not go to waste. The program encouraged farmers to continue producing, knowing that there would be a market for their goods. Families, in turn, received assistance in purchasing essential food items. For many, this was the difference between going hungry and having a meal. As the Depression ended, so did the program. But JFK brought back pilot forms in 1961. And then LBJ nationalized food stamps in 1964. And since then, they've seen plenty of changes. President Carter tossed out the requirement that people pay for food stamps. Ronald Reagan cut the budget and narrowed eligibility. President Clinton created a 3-month eligibility time limit for many non-working adults. Under George W., states completed the switch from actual stamps to debit-like cards, with the goal of reducing fraud and stigma. And Congress also targeted stigma, changing the program's name to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, while participation surged from 26 million in 2006 to a peak of 47.6 million after the Great Recession. The recovery has slowly driven participation down to below 40 million. Each of the recipients receives about $125 per month in electronic vouchers. In spring of 2018, a Republican House bill narrowly passed that to get benefits, it would require 20 hours of either work or job training for most able-bodied adults. Meanwhile, a Senate bill with bipartisan support, which, by the way, is necessary in the higher chamber, would fund new programs to facilitate work, but no new work requirements. As for DJT, he was thinking outside the box, or more accurately, about a box. DJT suggests the government ship boxes of food to your doorstep. Think Blue Apron. He's calling it America's Harvest Box. It would have cut benefits by about $17.2 billion in 2019. Food assistance is a storied program with lingering controversy. Work requirements, job training, a box at your doorstep. But it never happened, and now still, food stamps are in a state of flux yet again. Yep, again and again.
Congress passed laws decades ago that required illegal aliens to be arrested, detained, and deported. Cross the border illegally? Time to go home. Go to a port of entry without valid documents? Time to go home. Congress even passed a law that said we could make illegal aliens wait in Mexico if they wanted to make a case for asylum in our immigration courts. As ineffective as they were, Even the Clinton, Bush, and Obama administrations all tried to enforce our immigration laws at some level, but they failed to deliver on promises to the American people, and illegal immigration to the United States continued.
Then this happened.
Enter the Trump administration. Enforcing those laws Congress passed decades ago led to the most secure border in our history. Aliens entering between ports of entry either were sent back to Mexico, sent to third countries to pursue asylum claims there, or were sent home.
Go home.
Arrest, detain, deport.
And then this happened.
Well, thank you very much.
For what? For losing?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you. I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people.
Moment the entire country has been waiting for.
CNN projects Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected the 46th president of the United States.
And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will receive the most votes of any presidential ticket ever,
winning the White House and denying President Trump a second term.
Yep, in a wild presidential race, Joe Biden has been projected to come out on top.
Then the Biden era began, you guys. It all started.
The Biden administration really wanted to send the message that it was breaking completely with the immigration policies of the Trump administration that were seen as cruel and inhumane.
Another immigration confrontation at the U.S. southern border. Thousands of Haitian migrants, a mass concern for the Biden administration.
Of course I take responsibility. I'm president, but it was horrible to see, as you saw. To see people treated like they did.
While challenges remain at the southern border, thousands of Afghan refugees are entering
you guys know
the
Obama
United States.
Deported like 10 million. Let's hear that part again.
Thousands of Afghan refugees are entering the United States.
One more time, just for the fun of it.
Thousands of Afghan refugees are entering the United States. The president campaigned on changing immigration policies. Who gets in? Who is not getting in?
This motherfucker just let everybody in. I know why. It's real simple.
The Biden administration has approved a significant and permanent increase in the level of food stamp assistance that will be available to needy families.
It's the largest
single
increase in the program's history, starting in October.
Big news for those of you who rely on SNAP benefits to feed your family. You can
All
expect
this
an
connects.
increase in your benefits starting October 1st. How much each family gets is determined by the size of the household and the cost of living in the U.S. Thanks to a recent cost of living adjustment, SNAP benefits will get a 12.5% bump for 12 months. So here's a breakdown of the new maximum monthly amounts.
Some people will say you illegal and non-illegal migrants, aliens, humans, people, they'll say they don't get any of these benefits, you guys. Okay. I'm happy you believe that. Good for you. Feel good that you're naive?
America's balance sheet is in trouble. The nation's gross debt reaching the dreaded milestone of $34 trillion, according to the Treasury. Of that, roughly $27 trillion is debt held by the public, and about $7 trillion is debt the Treasury owes other government agencies.
That's crazy.
Interest rates add to the bill.
The debt is growing faster than the national economy, and what that means is that a larger portion of
It means it's all backed
output
by
merely
hope
has to go
and
towards
faith.
paying the interest on this
No
debt
gold,
that was previously
no
issued.
assets. It was never created, you guys, to feed the world. It was meant to help Americans that, that really needed it, and to help keep our farmers in business, you guys. Now it's the world's food bank. But again, you'll be told, that's not true.
Study was conducted by the Federation for American Immigration Reform, and what it found, as you said, was that illegal immigration is costing taxpayers $150 billion annually. And what we see is that's about a 30% increase from just a few short years ago. I think what's also important is the $150 billion is net cost to taxpayers. They did take in consideration approximately the $32 billion that's paid by illegal aliens in taxes. So the actual gross amount costing U.S. taxpayers is well over $180 billion every single year.
Then this happened, you guys.
It all comes down to this. One of the wildest elections ever finally reaches its end.
Let's speed this part up for everybody, all right?
Will Vice President Kamala Harris make history as the first female president?
No. Sorry.
It is Election Day in America. Mr. Trump spending Election Day in his home state of Florida, where he and his wife Melania voted earlier today. The former president briefly speaking to reporters and telling our own Garrett Haake that he has no regrets about his campaign.
You can speed it up even faster if you want.
I can't think of any. Would you have done something differently than President Biden? There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Faster. Thank you.
Collapse, and Trump were to win all
Why'd you
this.
slow down?
So when we asked voters the most important issue,
That's
34%, the top issue was state of democracy. Right under that, the economy at 31%, immigration, 11%. Remember, that's how former President Trump decided to close out his campaign, and 4%.
You guys can understand, right?
We asked, who do you trust more?
To handle the economy.
We want to go to Harris headquarters, Cedric Richmond, who is, of course, the head of the DNC, about to address the crowd there. Let's listen in.
We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted, that every voice has spoken.
Sure.
So you won't hear from the vice president tonight, but you will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow to address the nation.
Look at him. Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond.
Americans who depend on SNAP benefits to be able to eat. Fox 5's Antoine Lewis has more on how the critical food program is being impacted.
We have to pay the bills again, you guys. We'll be right back. We have to keep the lights on. Sorry.
While it's on E, you gotta shop smart. That's when Big G slides in with the EBT.
That'll be $47.12.
Put it on the government, please. Thank you, Uncle Sam.
Food stamps. Taste like where we left off, guys.
Demonstrators rally on the Lower East Side in protest of forthcoming federal changes for those receiving government assistance to buy food. As part of the president's Big Beautiful Bill, Americans in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, will now have to prove they are working, volunteering, or enrolled in an education program for at least 80 hours a month, or risk
That's 20 hours a week, you
stamps
guys.
or SNAP benefits altogether.
Pause. Thanks. Yeah. What's wrong with that? See, you've seen the history to this point, man. This program was never meant to be the way it is right now. People use this as part of a lifelong income, you guys. That's what's happening right now. And they have a side hustle, and this is like their job. You know, that's what's happening right now, man. It's not right. A small few are the ones doing it, but you know, they're fucking it up for everybody, man. It's out of control now, you guys. The problem's out of control. I don't care what anybody says. It has to be looked at. It has to. We all need to remember who this was for and what it was for. It wasn't, you know, for the world's food basket. It wasn't to give to 40 something million fucking people and let it keep growing to 100 million. What's wrong with that?
34-year-old Anthony Pearson, among
Crazy.
those who are concerned.
How can I work 80 hours if I have children? I have to pick up my children from school and I
The
have to take
fuck?
my kids to school. How am I going to work that many
Pause.
hours? It doesn't make sense.
This is a perfect example of how just a small few of lazy motherfuckers mess things up for everybody, you guys. Perfect example, that dude right there. Some people are going to be affected. I mean, there's going to be a lot of new rules, new things happening, you know, that it's going to go a lot further than what we think it is. And welfare was never meant to allow people to be lazy fucking bums. How can a man call himself a man and a father, you guys, if he relies on the government to help him be a stay-at-home bum dad?
Molly Wassel
Think about
Park,
that.
commissioner for the New York City Department of Social Services, is calling the change problematic.
Get a job, dude.
So for somebody who's working a shift job, somebody who's working in the gig economy, that can be very, very challenging.
What's challenging?
Home health aide, for example, whose client goes into the hospital and so doesn't work for a week, that could impact her ability to receive SNAP for the month.
Man, so this is now how it's all turned into, man. It's turned into all this now, you guys. It's a way to allow high food prices. That's what's going on right now. The government is subsidizing basically the stores and everything. And, you know, people on these programs, they get to buy whatever the fuck they want. They get a couple $1,000s a month, $1,500 a month to buy whatever the fuck they want. You know, meanwhile, people like me get 0 free handouts, never have, even when I needed it when my kid was little and I was young, you know. They're taking the middle class, turning it to the poor. The poor is going gutter, and the upper middle class is basically turning into the middle class. That's what's happening. And you know what? The rich stay rich. That's what all this is about. The rich get to stay rich. Everybody else fucked.
Clark and other social services officials also have their backs against the wall to get the word out. The changes go into effect November 2nd.
They gave us 30 days to put these new requirements into place. So it's very challenging for the agency, and it's going to be very challenging for recipients as well.
I've never seen people so happy in our country because of that. Because so many different groups of people are being taken care of.
But not everyone agrees.
It's a $200 billion cut nationally to SNAP. And SNAP is really a lifeline for so many families.
Elizabeth McCarthy is president and CEO of the Community Food Bank of Central New Jersey.
President and CEO, you guys. So this is how she makes her money. This is her career. This is her company. She gets paid to feed poor people. So, of course, I mean, she wants this shit to keep going. She wants it to grow and grow and grow. She needs it to grow. She needs the government to grow so her net worth grows. Makes sense? It's what she does. They call it a nonprofit and they pay everybody there a shit ton of money and there's no extra money left over. It's become an industry, you guys. It really has. It's become an industry.
One of the many tri-state food pantries.
See, hear that? One of the many. There's thousands of
helping
these.
families that are facing food insecurity.
I think people have this misnomer that people on SNAP aren't working. About 82% of people on SNAP are working already, but having to prove that and show the documentation is very challenging to some people who may not have a computer, may only be doing things on their phone, to be able to upload documentation.
They have a phone. They have apps.
To prove that they've worked 20 hours every week.
Everything's quick and easy, man. So she's saying they're too dumb, is what she's saying. They're too dumb to use their phone apps. They're too dumb. That's what it's about. You know, they can't email, they can't make a phone call, nothing. She figured it out. They can't do anything, nothing. This is her reason to keep hustling taxpayers, you know, so she can keep making money, because she probably makes like 20 cents for every meal she feeds, or 10 cents, right? Wonder how many meals she does every year. You guys curious? She needs fat checks.
The new proof of work requirement applies to SNAP recipients 18 to 64 and now includes the homeless, veterans, those aging out of foster care, and parents with children 14 and older.
We currently serve over 90 million meals.
90 million meals. Guys, think about that. 90 million a year.
Every year. We're sort of expecting that number will go up.
She makes something for every one of those meals. She's hoping it goes up, right? Or her business isn't growing. Get it? It's that simple. Every year, every business has to go up. They have to increase their profits, right? Right? Or they go out of business. They have to increase with inflation.
So the government shutdown as it stands right now, 31 days.
Every major city has this problem, you guys. They have all these fucking businesses and food banks.
Also,
that's why that's good. Also what, dude?
SNAP restrictions. That's something we've been discussing all week. Now Politico has this. Nearly 42 million Americans have lost their food stamp benefits. Standing by,
I say they all should reapply.
With Politico.
Keep it going, but make them reapply as you're still paying them. If they don't qualify after you're still paying them, make them more money.
The SNAP angle to this shutdown.
Do you guys agree? Am I wrong? I mean,
the president, based on what he's put out, and again, this is all kind of fresh and new, and this could change by Monday.
Yes, it could change by Monday, and the Monday after that, and the Monday after that, and the Monday after that, and then the Monday after that. You get it? You guys get it? You know what this is called, right? Do you? I can show you. It's real simple. I mean, you know what it's called. You're just forgetting. It's
political football.
Just in case you don't know what that is.
Let me explain the term political football. The term political football is a topic or issue that is seized on by opposing political parties or factions and made a more political issue than it might initially seem to be. A U.S. cartoon from the time of U.S. leader Harrison in 1889 shows a clear visual illustration of the metaphor without using the actual phrase. Here are a few examples of political football issues in Australia and Malaysia.
Australia, I'd read them to you guys, but I don't really feel like it, you know? I mean, look, Australia's Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, calls on MIs to not use people, people with disabilities as political. Who cares, right? Well, You know you're all brought up to date. You guys are all brought up to date now, man. From the beginning of this fucking welfare scam to right now. You see when it started. It's real simple, right? You see it. It's been like this since the infancy stage, guys. It also has been weaponized by both sides. But one side has been really using it. Or have they both been using it? I don't know. We do have an update to tell you about, but we have to pay the bills again, you guys. Sorry. My bad. Nobody's giving us any free money, like I said. Not even when I needed it for my kids. So we'll be right back.
Welcome to KFC. I hope y'all are hungry. Come on in, I promise I don't bite. We got the best fried chicken in America, made with my original recipe. And know y'all, the chicken ain't genetically modified. Just take a look for yourself, ain't nothing wrong with these chickens. Y'all think we got mutant chickens over here? Either way, y'all love this stuff. Who cares how we raise them chickens? They're good eating, and that's all that matters. It's finger-licking good, y'all.
Yeah, it is. I agree, man. I'm hungry, man. You need to DoorDash some of that shit over. I go ahead. So what's been going on for this past week? You guys wondering? You ready? Let's go.
Let's get into this week's
Real news, not that fake shit. That's right, we are the all-new Based
news.
Afghan terrorist shot 2 National Guards in D.C. So far, one's dead. I think the other one's going to die too, unfortunately. It's fucking sad, man. That piece of shit, I hope he suffers the same consequences they did, but I hope it happens in public. Real shit. That's what I hope. You know what else? All the right-wing YouTubers and podcasters and streamers and all of them, and even the ones in the middle ground like this guy you're about to see right here, man, they're happy that Trump crashed out on Thanksgiving. They're happy. It put them all in a good mood. Check this out if you don't believe me. I think Miller wrote it, but...
Trump crashed out on Thanksgiving. He did. He crashed out on Thanksgiving, and it was a big day for him yesterday. It was a very, very big day. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens, patriots. It's so nice allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct is just plain stupid whenever it comes to immigration. I say send them back. I'm going to be honest, it's probably way more. Yeah, we got to send them back. Like,
I agree with Asmongold.
Oh, my God.
I agree with you, Asmon. You guys know who Asmongold is?
Damn, I mean, I totally agree. I 100% agree with him. I completely agree. I'm like, I didn't even know you could vote for this. Thank God. Holy shit. Thank God. I've been waiting on this for a while. This is my outlook is like, you got a bunch of Somalians living in your fucking country. They're not even Americans. They're not even citizens. And they're costing you money. I say send every single fucking one of them back. How's that even a question? What are we talking about? But how could you not think that? How could you, like, you think that we have an obligation to have these people in the country and just give them money forever? What are we talking about?
I agree.
What do you mean? Like, are you retarded? Well, speaking of retarded, seriously, this is from the President of the United States, by the way. This is the President. This is not me. This is the President. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota.
He said retarded.
Tim Walz.
Trump
does
said retarded.
nothing either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst, quote, congressman/woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab. Bro, this Steve Miller absolutely wrote this.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Bro, he just letting it out. He just went and said it. Yeah, this is definitely, bro. This is a Stephen Miller production 100%. Remember whenever Trump said, well, you can't be too honest about what you think about him. And everybody started laughing. Yeah, bro, he put this in. Yeah, he did that himself. And so anyway, who probably came to the United States illegally in that you are not allowed to marry your brother. There's a lot of people that think that she married her brother to get into the United States. This is like, I haven't really seen proof of this. People say it's true. I don't know if it's true or not.
I haven't seen proof
does
either,
nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, how badly she's treated when her place of origin is a decadent. Wait, what? when her place of origin is a decadent, backward, crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, and schools.
He said it. Or Miller did.
Bro, he just went and called it a shithole.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, like, true. There's documentation that proves it. Well, here's the thing, right? If Trump, if she married her brother to get into America, why is she still here? Really?
There's no proof.
Why,
there's no
why
proof.
Why is she still here?
Because there's no
if
proof.
this is actually true, why can't Trump just say she committed immigration fraud
It might not be
and
true.
deport her? Reverse migration can fully cure this situation. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those that hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, I really think this might be the most based post he's ever made. I am
concur.
so happy about this. I really am.
And that's why.
You just heard this week's stop.
Based news.
Some people just don't have goals, and some people just have, low IQ, you guys. That's all it is. First, let's take a look at people that are goalless, and then we'll look at people with low IQs, all right? First, goalless, then low IQ. Sound like a good time? Sound interesting instead of all this news and what we're doing right now? I mean, I don't know. First up, the goalless.
Okay, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what? I get all kind of snacks while I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, paying no bills. No bills. I'm on government assistance. My son back there with his snacks. Government assistance, 3 canned food.
I just got a letter from DHS. They have cut off my food stamps, cash assistance, disability for me, all 6 of my kids, and my Section 8. What do they expect me to do? I can't go out and get a job.
Why?
I have been getting welfare since I was 19 years old.
Oh, that's why. Okay. I have a lot more to show you
A lot
guys.
of people that are screaming, get a job, or oh no, you have to get a job about my Snap post that I did the other day.
People telling on themselves. Idiots. Use your head, man. Use your head. Some people, I'm telling you, some people are just not bright. But this isn't the low IQ.
I've lost the patience. I don't think there's a point in arguing or explaining because it just feels hopeless, but
What is?
I have my team.
So my sister made a video about how my whole entire family gets EBT. And everyone is calling us bums because we don't work and we live off the government. And we are proud of that.
Wow, proud of that. You heard it.
Growing up, this is what we were taught. We were taught to not have to work. We were taught to live off the government because it is there for us to use.
Thanks. Okay, attention, scumbags. Attention. The government only generates money from taxes. You guys realize that? From people like me. That's how they get their money. And millions of others. You can be a normal civilian too.
What I can remember, it all started back with my grandparents.
What the fuck?
My grandparents used to get the paper, like the paper coupons to go and pay for, food and stuff like that.
Pause it, please. That's called food stamps, all right? Not coupons. It's called food stamps. It was food stamps, money for food for people on welfare, paid by tax dollars from the American citizens.
And that's when I was like, this is free money. Like, what? So living off of
Free
EBT
money.
is literally a tradition in our family.
A tradition, a tradition, you guys, to be loser parasites like cockroaches living in the hidden in plain sight.
Once my grandparents passed away, my mom started, applying, and she got approved for all 6 of us kids. And then, once my sister got older, she had her first child. She applied for food stamps, and she got, it was just like, a domino effect. One after another, we all got approved for EBT. And guess what? It's not going to stop there. Why? Because I have taught my children, and I'm going to be teaching my grandchildren that they should do the same thing. They don't have to
your
work.
children
They could just
take them away
have
from
children,
your ass.
put themselves on EBT, get child support, all of that I do, so I don't have to work. They could do it themselves too.
Oh man, she says it like, you know, it's such a huge achievement. Think about that, man. Like, you know, you can finally make it. You can make it to the top like me and be a fucking scumbag.
I can't go out and get a job.
Yeah, you can.
I have been getting welfare since I was 19 years old.
You can still get a job.
Over 10 years I have been on welfare.
Wow.
Okay, this is not a temporary solution. It is a permanent solution.
Clearly.
So my 2 older kids that don't live with me, I have had on my case. Their dad went behind my back and put them on his food stamp case so he could get food stamps for them since they're in his home.
They all do it. They all do it.
He has a job.
And government still hooks him up.
Stamps, not him.
Wow.
So now they have cut me off. And now they are forcing me to pay back for $48,000 for the last 12 months.
Liar.
And they are taking my taxes. So, my $40,000 tax return.
$40K in a tax return?
I will be receiving $1. And then I'll still owe
how much does she pay into it? Man, this thing's a liar. This thing's a liar.
Where do they think I'm going to come up with that? How am I supposed to live now?
Shut up. Fat girls do good.
Yeah,
they do
it's your
good
girl,
on OnlyFans too,
Queen,
don't you?
right here, right now. 3K, still get my 3K in food stamps. 7 kids, 7 different men, 7 baby daddies. So what? Wow. They all on child support. I don't care. I'm long as them checks running. Got them checks. Yes. $0 on rent. Yes, living rent free. 5-bedroom house.
And 3 racks.
Yes.
And, oh wow.
Faithfully 3K from the plug with the food stamps. Yeah, we eating over here.
Yeah,
we hood rich over here, baby.
Yeah, you are.
Y'all just mad out there. Y'all
For
mad.
now.
Y'all can
For
stay
now.
mad. I don't
For
care.
now.
Stay mad, baby.
I'm not mad.
Because I'm hood rich.
You're hood rich.
I am hood
fucking
rich. So
piece of
what?
shit.
Yes, I had my first child when I was 14 years old. So what? Who cares? It's life. Things happen. So what?
Doesn't mean you have to live
Like
on
I
welfare
said,
your whole life.
Get in where you fit in. Like I said, y'all just mad at the end of the day. Beat the system. Don't let the system beat you. Don't let them take you out. Take them out. Period.
Yeah,
That's
you
how we're
take
going to
out
do.
all
We'll
of us,
continue to get this food
Take
stamps.
out everybody
Continue
and
to
take
swipe
all
this
of our
card
money.
at
All
fast
everyone
food.
that's working.
We getting gas on this card and all
Fucking
that. My
bum.
plug coming through.
Look at that. Look at that dancing and shit. Look at that. Fucking.
I don't know why everybody is hating on me for driving a 2025 Tahoe.
Wow.
And getting food stamps. I've been getting food stamps, cash assistance, disability, Section 8 for over 15 years.
That's why everyone's pissed.
Okay. I qualify, and I have been qualified for all of those things.
Get a job.
Okay. This is what I am owed.
No, you're not owed shit.
This is what we are all owed.
No.
You can go do the same thing. Just because you're upset that I can sit at home and make more money than you do.
You don't
and
make
still
close to what I
drive
make.
a nice vehicle. Doesn't mean you need to go rat me out.
No, you're ratting yourself out, fat piggy.
And how did you even know that I drive? I never posted my vehicle
You're on
any
TikTok.
social
Look
media.
at you fat pig. The fuck?
Trying to force me to sell my Tahoe.
You piggy,
no,
piggy.
I'm not selling my Tahoe, and you're not taking away my welfare.
If you file bankruptcy, you'd have to
That
sell it.
is-
If you owed on it,
I deserve
you'd have to give it back.
every last penny, and you're not taking that away from
You
me.
don't deserve shit, bitch.
Mind
Unless you
your
go
own
get a job.
business.
Sorry, I don't mean to say that, you guys, but look at this. These, man, everyone's just so happy. They're scamming all of us, man. They're scamming everybody that has a job. Doesn't matter what nationality you are. If you're working, you're being scammed by all these fucking losers. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening, man. Look at this. Look at this. They're running around just excited with multiple carts filled up with shit. Man, my cart has like a quarter of shit in it, and it's over $100.
have 7 children by 7 different baby daddies, and I'm receiving $3,000 a month on EBT.
Okay.
Here's my question, and I'm going to attach the video after this.
Okay.
Here's my question.
What?
When we're calling out Black families for being broken and not having baby daddies and not doing the right thing, are we also going to talk about the other people who bleed the system as well?
Definitely.
The Hispanic people who have more than 7 children that are also on welfare. Are we going to call out the white families who are also on welfare that may have more than 7 children?
I call out
or
everybody.
Are we only going to call out the Black community? While this woman should not have been online exposing her business, don't act like she's not the only one. Don't act like there are not more people out there doing exactly what she do with more children that are not Black.
A little bit.
And it is not her that is the problem. It is the system that needs
it's
to
her
be
and
fixed,
everybody like
that
her
someone
doing
would even
that.
be able to do something like that, receive
And they need to
$3,000 in food.
redo the whole system. That's my opinion. I agree with her 100. That's my opinion. Not necessarily about Mexican people, because I'll be honest, man, I don't know many that are on welfare, man, but just all nationalities in general. I agree with her. Anyone doing that shit, fuck that. In general, anyone taking advantage of it just seems, if you're on social media, it's mostly just white people and Black people complaining and showing all this shit off. They might be bragging or they're complaining. It's one of the two. It's either white people or Black people. I don't see all the other nationalities doing it. Go ahead,
Before I'll
check
say
me.
it again, low-income housing is a trap. It is a trap. You cannot make this shit up. Let me tell you what happened. I am 50. My husband is 55. We have grown children. My youngest child is 20 years old. I am this close to moving out of the hood and moving into market rate rent. This close. I live in low income housing, and my case manager knows this. But what did she ask me? She wanted to know what me and my husband thought about fostering a child. I am 50. My husband is 55. We have grown children that have moved on. We are now empty nesters. She says to me, you'll be able to get a check. And I'm looking at her like, what? I don't want a check. I want to move the hell out of here. So I say, me and my husband are not in a financial state, nor are we in a health state to take on another child. She says, well, you don't want to take a baby into your home. And I'm like, a baby? No, I don't want to take a baby into my home.
It's a business, you guys.
If I was going to be involved with the foster program, I would probably want a little older, someone in their teens maybe. Then she says, maybe you can foster a pregnant teen. That way you'll get 2 checks. I was just like,
these people,
that
it's a
is
business.
wild to me. Me and my husband are 50 and 55. We are ready to live our golden years together. We are ready to move out of this hood, go somewhere safe, and live out the rest of our lives while our children and grandchildren get on with their lives. And you're sitting here trying to convince me to take on more mouths to feed and stay in poverty? Get the out of here.
Because it's a business. That's why. It's a business. She's right, 100%. I love that girl. But, you got these social workers walking around doing that shit. See what I mean, you guys?
Low-income housing, in my opinion, needs some kind of motherfucking expiration date. Because the fact that y'all motherfuckers get in there and just stay in there forever. Like, y'all know it do be a wait list. People wait years. You want to know why? Because when y'all get in there, y'all never get out. That shit need an expiration date. I'm sorry. I think 7 years is reasonable. Why? Because you can get a bachelor's degree in 4 years. I say 5 if you change your major. But the fact that y'all literally get in there and act like y'all never supposed to leave. No, you need time to get your shit together.
Gotta go.
The fact that we live in a fucking country that they assist families, which is a beautiful thing. Okay? So you assist the mothers, fathers, they need any kind of help. The fact that we live in a country that assists you is excellent. But y'all motherfuckers gotta understand other people be waiting to get into.
Exactly.
Get your shit together and get the fuck out. The waiting list is too long.
This isn't rent control.
If you got a disability, your kids got disabilities,
it's not rent control. Gotta go. Get the fuck out. Gotta go. It's not rent control, New York City type shit, where you get to live across the street from a big ballpark. Now let's learn about the low IQ people, you guys. Ready? And how to point them out. Yeah, that wasn't the low IQ people just now. This is. Watch this. You ready?
Muslims have also had their civilizations that were also thriving, that also had conquest, that also had art, literature, poetry, all kinds of beautiful things that we as human beings value. It's not just IQ. You're taking this atheistic argument, which is baffling to me. Why you as a Christian would have this kind of IQ fetishism? You're not a white nationalist. IQ is not the end all be all of human existence. I am happy, I'm fine with having a 90 average IQ country that abides by traditional values, that abides by whether they be Christian or Muslim. I actually prefer the low IQ Christian countries that value marriage. They don't have degeneracy. They don't have prostitution. I value those Christian countries even when they have a lower IQ, a 90 IQ, an 80 IQ. That's they're living beautiful lives. Yeah,
you guys are hearing this right.
them. Oh, they have donkeys pulling their carts. You can
Stay
laugh,
with me.
but they're living beautiful lives as Christians or any other religious group.
Well, I guess ignorance really is bliss.
Stay with me, you guys.
Oh, go on. That was a neat
You're about to learn something.
Slapping your dress.
So,
look.
I learned something watching this, and I looked into it. It's all real. Hold on. Stay with me.
Let's point this out.
Grab some popcorn, you guys. You got to stay with me.
Right? We just want to look. We haven't gotten personal with each other. We can go the rest of the debate. We both got a jab in. All right, that's fair. So here's the thing, though, right? This is still not a refutation of my argument. The historical standard is Christians had lower IQs back in the day. Yeah, and they didn't build modern civilization back in the day.
Pause, thanks. So, for just so you guys know what this is all about, for premises, these two are debating on what religion would, be better for society, Muslim or Christian.
Modern civilization requires professional middle management, 100 to 115 IQ. Right? 85 to 100 for skilled labor. What they're talking about is just basic day laborers. These people are very low IQ. And by the way, they can even make the claim that they're really choosing Islam anyway. They can't really think about it that
You guys realize what you're hearing?
Right? So the question becomes, right, as we're kind of diving into this, I just want to point out one more time, the argument is around a singular Christian principle. The singular Christian principle is that we're not allowed to marry our first cousins. That's in our ecclesiology. And I don't care if you're a Protestant, right? Almost no Protestants do this, right? No Catholics do this. Orthodox, this is forbidden as well. It's not that you couldn't find some sect somewhere, some small society somewhere which practices it. I'm sure that that's the case, but by and large and overwhelmingly it's not. With Islam, the opposite's true. By and large and overwhelmingly they do. So we're basing this on a singular principle, which is Christian. And that's what I want a refutation for. Why is marrying your first cousin for the purpose of building low IQ societies better than not doing that?
You just heard that. You guys realize what we're hearing?
It's not a causal relation.
You guys realize?
Islam doesn't mandate marrying your cousin. It's not like we're saying we want to keep IQ low, so marry your cousin. You keep getting the causal chain wrong about this. The second point that I want you to address is that when we look at IQ increasing, that is associated with more atheism. It is directly correlated with higher levels of atheism. The higher
He's not
the
denying
IQ goes, the more
low
people
IQ.
Become atheists.
But listen.
This is a bad thing. I would assume that Christians would agree more atheism is a bad thing. I think that, yes, modern society is not all it's cracked up to be. I don't know if you guys have been looking around, but it seemed like I've felt, at least myself, that over the past 5 years especially, first with the pandemic and now everything that's happening in the world where World War III is about to break out, I think the modern world is a dystopia. I am waiting for, nuclear holocaust to destroy us all. I don't believe in this absolute value of modern society, and therefore I don't agree with your premise that high IQ is something valuable in and of itself. There are many things to point out being wrong or bad
you guys heard that.
with high IQ. Again, I prefer to turn the clock back
He
200
prefers to be
years
stupid.
where Christians had these traditional Christian societies. Muslims had traditional Muslim societies. Yeah, you didn't have a laptop. You didn't have internet. You didn't have cars. But guess what? You didn't have to worry about your wife having to, being in college and sleeping with every frat boy in the university, and you don't even know her history because of feminism. You have like LGBT degeneracy. You have elderly who are being shipped off to old folks' homes because there's not a strong family unit to take
You guys think about this. Think what you're hearing a debate. This guy right now is debating that he was just called out straight up. He was just said, this other dude that you're seeing, this white dude that's debating this Muslim dude that I don't know, this Middle Eastern guy that's Muslim. They're debating right now that I just told you a minute ago that, is it better for society to have Christian values or Muslim values? And what the white dude is saying to him is, he's saying that the Muslim values is not better for society because in all of their societies, in every one of their countries, they average anywhere from 75 to 85 IQ in every one of their countries, from Iran to Jordan. I mean, you name it. You name the country, that's their average IQ. I looked this up. It's real. There's a couple where they might be, like at 90. To give you guys an example, I think we're at 98 or 100 is our average here in the U.S. But let's keep listening to this, man, because it is interesting, and you're going to learn something here. It's not that long. It's like 5 minutes, but stay with me because I don't know. I didn't know any of this until I was watching this. I stumbled across this. It came up in my timeline, and I'm like, what is this? And I keep watching it, but listen to what this dude says, man, and what tripped me out about, because you learn in his debate, like really, he's one of their top debaters for this age group, I guess, is my understanding. So, he's known, in the streaming world on YouTube and debating motherfuckers and sometimes doing good and a lot of times doing good. But right here, man, this Andrew Wilson guy just tears him up because basically what I noticed is he hit him from step one with this whole thing of you guys fuck your relatives. So because of 1,500 years of fucking your relatives, you've been dropping your IQ. And he breaks it down. He breaks it all down, man. Just listen for a minute. Stay with me. Go ahead.
Take care of our own elderly. Children are being shipped off to daycares because there's not a strong family, strong marriage. Mom at home with.
So real quick, you guys, what I forgot to say is basically he's saying because people have higher IQs, they might become gay or atheist, or a woman might work, and be more independent. He's saying that it's good to be dumbed down. Otherwise, society gets out of control. He believes that's what's happening to America. So go ahead, keep going. I just want to keep you guys up to speed, and so you see how this guy's brain is thinking. This other dude, the white dude, usually is the one, talking shit about, gay people or anything like that, man, or atheists, but he never gets into any of it. He just sticks to this one topic of you guys have a low IQ in every one of your countries, and this is why. And this guy never denies it, never says it's wrong. Just listen. It's crazy because in the end, I want you guys to hear, and I'm not even showing you all of it. It's like 2 hours long. I'm only showing you guys like 5 or 10 minutes of it, or like eight minutes of it. But there's a key thing here I want everybody here to listen to because it plays into what just happened, right? And it's important to hear this guy say it because basically he said the truth out loud accidentally. So stay with me. Go ahead, keep going.
Traditional roles to take care of the children.
90
I prefer
seconds.
the low IQ. I prefer the low technology society.
We have to switch it over. Andrew, 90 seconds.
Can I just point this out? That none of those degenerate things that he just pointed out, which I agree with him, are the cause of IQ. I think you're having the problem with the causal link, sir. Let's point this out. And this is really important to point out. One more time, he didn't contend with the argument. The argument is, how do you make a superior society which is better for society? And you know what? All you've done right now is just argue this. Literally, I'm Daniel Kikikachu, and I prefer a low IQ society.
It really is.
That's his argument. Now, look, I did not expect you to bite the bullet that you would have a preference for a low IQ society, and therefore we should continue to have sex with our family members to achieve said low IQ society. But over here on the Christian side, well, we're just not willing to do that. So here's what's really important here to remember as the argument structure goes on. Daniel is literally giving a prescription at this point. He's giving you an ought. We ought to have dumb fucking people. That is his ought. My ought is different. My ought is you being intelligent does not restrict you from Christianity or Christian ethics. And we look at the IQ differentials in Christian nations, and we can see firsthand that that is true. So the thing is these are not mutually exclusive claims. When he says higher IQ leads to secularism, I could just as easily say higher IQ leads to Christianity, because all the Christians are way higher IQ. So the thing is like, which of those moral values do you not prefer? Which of them? Which of these? The Christians don't want degeneracy. They're fighting against it as well. The only reason you've made these successful inroads is because your enemies are so stupid that you can conquer them. And anytime you've tried to conquer the technologically advanced West, you can only do it via immigration, because you cannot collectivize to spare yourselves from the very nuclear war you're currently terrified of, because your people groups are too stupid.
Too stupid.
Go ahead, Daniel.
How much time do we have, James, for this?
90.
To the back for this
back and
period.
forth. We have until it's about 30 more
I don't
minutes.
do all 30 minutes, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, that's
you only got a couple more minutes.
30 more minutes.
Something I want you to hear.
So, 30 more minutes of Andrew saying that Muslims are dumb. Okay, that's great.
Well,
I'll try to be more substantive than that. So just listen to this. Okay. So let's get into we have enough time to actually get into the IQ science. So first of all, Andrew, I'm not sure if you know this, but IQ is more highly correlated with race than it is with cousin marriage.
Yeah, I see. He's not denying
race. If you want to
this whole
make this
cousin
kind of
marriage
IQ supremacist argument, then it will quickly become racial. And if you want to make that argument, just be very clear about it. Does Christianity, like your worldview, promote higher IQ races and everyone being at the mercy of those higher IQ races? You keep making a might makes right argument that, oh, Muslims are at the mercy of us high IQ Christians. Okay, well then there are races that are higher IQ than others. So are the higher IQ races practicing benevolence by not wiping out the lower IQ races? That seems to be what your standard, what your morality actually entails pretty directly. So that please address the race issue.
I'll give you a chance to respond, Andrew, but I do want to be sure that this doesn't veer off topic too far.
Yeah, so I mean, that's really simple to address. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if that's a correlate. You know what else is a correlate? Fucking your first cousin. That's a correlate. That's a massive correlate for lowering IQ. It wouldn't matter if it was inherent, let's just say, for instance, that white people had higher IQs on average than the average Arab, right? Let's just say it for the sake of a hypothetical. It doesn't actually matter that much, because we know one thing that's going to bring the IQ down: fucking your first cousin. So the thing is, since that is the case, and it's objectively the case, right, I can still make the prescriptor that your societies would be a lot better off if you had 85 to 100 skilled laborers, 100 to 115 IQ professionals, at least in middle management, at least. And you said it yourself, right now you're terrified of nuclear war. We are terrified of nuclear war all around the nation, right, all around Muslim nations. You're probably terrified of Zionists who are right in your own backyard. I get all of that, Daniel. But your people group aren't smart enough to defend themselves against these people. Christian nations are. We're smart enough to defend ourselves from people groups who want to wipe us out, like yours, right? So that's what's important here. The reason why you need to at least have an IQ that's above, I prefer lower IQ, 70 to 85, the reason you need that is because you need to be able to defend and protect yourself. You can't have these strong families he's talking about if you can't defend these strong families he's talking about. You can't have these great values that he's talking about if you can't defend your own people group, because you're at the technological mercy of another people group simply because you won't restrict a single behavior. That sort of rigidity has destroyed these once great lands. He's right. They did have beautiful art. They did have beautiful culture. They had beautiful everything. And then Islam came along and allowed them to inbreed themselves into literal stupidity. So again, how do we not build these better cultures? I've refuted every argument you've had. All you do is make my argument for me.
Eliminate this so-called advantage of IQ. AI is making it irrelevant. I don't know why you're laughing. AI is going to eliminate a biological IQ difference between different races, between different religions, between different countries. So that's a big problem for this kind of IQ argument.
You can't create civilizations. He says AI is going to come along and solve it all. You got to be smart enough to use the AI, Daniel. You have to be smart enough to use the AI. Remember, 70 to 85. That's your societies. 70 to 85. Basic jobs, practical skill, routine labor. Doesn't sound like a bunch of automation, robot building, AI savvy individuals to me, Daniel. He points out the ideas of IQ. Remember, we have to have a basic minimum for civilization, about 98 to 100 to 115. They don't have it. That's the distinction in our civilizations. And it's because of one value. Christians outlaw screwing your own family members. That's it. Simple. They outlaw it.
Using and maintaining AI requires a massive energy source and infrastructure in order to be used. If Muslims plan to use AI to make up for nations, how do you plan to implement the infrastructure and build the necessary power to use AI when you can't even build your own technology? You buy it from middle management nations. And by middle management nations, in this case, you might not understand, I mean high IQ nations.
Wait until you guys hear his answer that he believes and means. He says the quiet part out loud right here, you guys, so listen. I'm sure Cash, he's seeing this, or DJT, someone.
Here, let me paint you a picture there. So you have your high IQ nations, and they have the AI, and you have the Neuralink, and everyone is plugged into the cloud, and you're like plugged into the masturbation machine with your nonstop virtual AI that you're addicted to, and that dopamine is surging. You're in a constant state of euphoria. And then guess what? The Muslims, the low IQ idiot Muslims that have been living in the desert with their donkeys, they're gonna come and they're gonna slaughter all of these people hooked up to the masturbation machine. They won't even be able to stand on their two legs because their legs have atrophied to such an extent that they can't even walk. That's the future of the West. That's the future of the high IQ. The horde, the biomass of Muslims are going to come with their swords because they don't have the high IQ necessary to actually develop guns and manufacture them en masse. They're going to come and slaughter all of the high IQ geniuses.
Wow.
That's the kind of future, right?
You guys just heard the quiet part out loud. That's what I wanted you to hear him say. That's crazy to me. And think about what just happened in DC. And we got a lot of motherfuckers on EBT, on these SNAP programs that are messing it up for real Americans. And, you know, it's one of those things that you learn as a kid, man. One person ruins it for all, right? But in this case, it's, man, I mean, come on, man. Look at this shit, man. We got this going on. We got these numbers here. I mean, come on. It's out of control, you guys. We got this and this. I mean, you just learned the history of the fucking welfare system, the U.S. American welfare system, right? You guys just saw it. You saw it with your own eyes. It's simple. It was created because of the Great Depression, and then it was taken away when the Great Depression went away. And then like 25 years went by before it was reinstated. And then ever since it's been reinstated, it's been a political football back and forth. And now it's being used for people that are not U.S. citizens. So just think about that for a second. And here's another thing. We're a little under 7.6 million short of homes here in the U.S. Think of how many people were just let in. It's a simple supply and demand thing, you guys. It's a good thing for people that own homes, right? Because it keeps their values up. But in reality, it's not fair for the people that do not own a home, or if you're Gen Z and you want to buy a home and you're there now, you're at the point of your life, and you're being forced to only buy this little condo that at one time would have been called an apartment, but now they call it a condo because, you know, they remodeled it a little. You know, that's what's happening right now, which is some bullshit. When I was younger, I was able to get a nice house with a pool. Now, there's no fucking way someone that is like 22, 24 years old, you know, they're not gonna be able to do that shit in California by the river, you know? It's just not possible. And it hasn't been long enough to where, you know, it's justified or justifiable. It's not good. It's unfair. So real simple. They need to build about 8 or 9 million homes right now. That's the answer. along with lower interest rates. It's that simple, and you have to get some people out of the fucking country that are not supposed to be in this country because of the very basic supply and demand situation. And that is why people keep getting their fucking rent in their apartments and places like that every 6 to 8 months. It keeps going up on people constantly because of that reason. It's a supply and demand issue. So it's not being mean, it's not being evil or whatever you want to call it. It's worrying about your neighbor, your children, your relatives, and some other people. And you know what? People can get here the right way. I hate to say it. And if you've been watching these episodes, you see that I'm not for getting out the getting out the grandmas, and it just, look, if we just get rid of all the bad motherfuckers, I think, and build some homes, that solves the problem. It's real simple. So with all that said, I'm out of here. I hope you subscribe by now. I hope you hit the notification button by now if you're still watching this. And if you're here on audio only, man, that means a lot, because that means you've been driving and you've been listening to me. And I do see the numbers. I see that some of you are doing that, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate anyone that keeps adding me to their playlist, and anybody that keeps subscribing and hitting, just doing whatever, man, sharing my shit or doing whatever you do, man. It means a lot. So with that said, I got to go hit the road, man. I'm out. I got to be at the airport pretty early. I got to be at the airport by, what time did I say I got to be there? Oh, let me check. I think I got to be there by I fly out at 8:50. So I should be in a hotel right now, man, staying right next door to the fucking airport, because I don't live, I'm not just 5 minutes away from the airport. I wish I was, man. We have to arrive at 6 a.m. I should probably be about 2 hours early right now because of what time of year it is, but who cares, man? I don't even know why I'm rambling. I'm bringing my shit on the road with me. Hopefully, I can make something happen while I'm on the road. If not, you guys will still see something. I'm out. You guys have a good one. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I'll see you next week, or maybe even sooner. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seattle. Local time